Okay, bear with me while I pretend to be a music journalist just for a second, because there is exciting news from Ibanez. Larry Basilio and Josh Smith have both just launched signature guitars from Ibanez. Ibanez. I'm excited because Ibanez are so smart. Larry Basilio, one of the most joyous guitar players I've ever seen. I've seen her perform at NAMM. Obviously, it's quite new news that she joined Ibanez. Wasn't it released like late last year? So to then come out with a signature guitar, I want to know exactly how long it's been in the works. I want to know everything. And then Josh Smith did this amazing live stream where he got to show off his new signature. And supposedly they're just giving so much freedom to these incredible artists. And that brings me so much joy because these two players, they are, to me, this is how I see them, their level of joy and their level of grit, which is like my favourite word to use when applying it to guitar players like this, the Angela Duckworth term, where it's not just talent, but it's passion and persistence. It's so contagious. They're so inspiring. And I admire both of them so greatly. And I haven't met Larry, would love to do a Tuesday Talks with her. And then I've met Josh so briefly. I was just a fangirl and got a selfie with him and my friend Dudley. So basically, I'm really excited for these two artists. I think it's really smart of Ibanez to realise the potential of these two players. And yeah, come on, like Ibanez also have Nita Strauss and Tom Quayle. Tom Quayle, again, being a friend of mine and him being the most extraordinary player. Then Nita Strauss, she was so charming and sweet, and I got to do a Tuesday Talks episode with her a few years ago when the Jiva was announced. So I'm just in awe of Ibanez. This is my Ibanez, and this, I need to make a video about the story of this guitar because it has a lovely history with me. So yeah, basically I'm just trying to, I'm trying to give these artists just a little bit more exposure of these guitars. So I'm going to link their YouTube channels in the description below. I'm so sad that we're not all running over to the booth to see these guitars in person, because that is what happens every NAMM. When there is something super exciting, you want to go and see it. So I'm really sorry, Larry and Josh, that we can't be, you can't witness all our awe in person and just like look at these instruments and getting super excited. But I think it's really great because these two players, they're so knowledgeable of the instrument. You can definitely trust their taste. That's the thing with signature guitars, and I want to get your opinion on this too, because I feel there is so much room for individuality with these instruments. And that's why signature guitars are so important. The only thing that does make me tentative sometimes is when these signature guitars are unavailable to the majority of people, when they're so outlandishly expensive that you just can't get your hands on them. You know, like even when they say that, so, okay. I'm so excited by this. I'm trying to get all the words out. I'm yet to see the price of these guitars, but I do think it's an interesting thing when a company has the two levels of guitar making, the professional level and then the entry level. And I think when you can get a signature guitar that applies to both and is on both levels, so you have the professional that the player actually plays, but is still attainable and still the correct model that you can buy, but then also having an entry-level model so that you get the young players, the new players playing your guitar. And it needs to basically be the same thing almost, apart from all the nuances that you and I might be aware of. So really, really want to get your thoughts on this, because I think there is just still so much room. There are so many artists out there in the world. We all want different things. Still just waiting for PRS to give Tyler Larson a signature guitar. Come on, PRS. So anyway, I'm just super, super duper excited. And now I'm actually going to share a guitar story from Corey Wong about his Fender. So Fender, where's Corey Wong's signature guitar? I need to calm down. Haven't even had my morning coffee yet. Mug's available on my website.
Mary Spender's guitar stories, 6-string tales of woe and glory. Send me your guitar stories, and I might choose to read your guitar stories.
All right, so Mary asked me to tell a story of one of my guitars, and it would be unfair to say a story anything other than this Strat that's my main guitar and has been for years. I got this Stratocaster when I was a teenager. I've been a Strat guy for literally my entire time playing guitar. Well, there was like a 2-month phase where I had a kind of crappy guitar, but as soon as I said, I'm going to be a guitar player, I've been a Strat guy. And of course, I have other guitars too, but the Strat is just home for me. This is a Highway 1 Stratocaster, and I don't know if you can tell by the serial number, it's a 2002. It starts with Z2. I was told at one point that Z means 2000 and 2 means 2002. So it's not necessarily a really insane custom shop or vintage guitar. I got it for like $600 or something at Music Go Round in Uptown Minneapolis. And I have some Seymour Duncan kind of custom antiquities. I've been working on just kind of, I love their antiquity pickups, but I wanted something that works with drives a little more. And I've been kind of working out some stuff with them because they're awesome. So the road wear on it is from being in a punk rock band and throwing it around and flying all over the world and that sort of thing. So it's pretty much all stock. I guess at one point I had a new nut put in and new bridge saddles. And one of the things I like to do is I use 4 springs. So if I break a string, it doesn't go out of tune. It stays, but 5 springs is a little too much for me to be able to whammy as much as I want. And then also this weird thing that I do, I use an elastic hair tie to deaden the springs. So if you're a Strat player, if you have 4 or 5 springs, what ends up happening is as you're playing, the springs start to make these sympathetic vibrations. They just start to vibrate. And some people like that sort of thing. And there might be something to it as far as sustain goes. I don't like it though. I want the very percussive rhythmic thing. So to me, when I put an elastic tie on here, if there's something, it just kind of, it makes the tone a little more right there. So a long time ago, I put these fortune cookies, these fortunes from a fortune cookie. I didn't actually put fortune cookies on my guitar. That would end up smelling after a while, I bet. But it says, try deviating from the routine this weekend. And this one says, he who makes no mistakes usually makes nothing at all. I just really liked those at the time. And when I was in my early 20s, I needed that reminder. And then also I have a picture of my friend Ben Rector on the back. It used to sit here, but when we were on tour, I used to play in Ben's band a lot. I still play with him every once in a while or record with him. But somebody on tour made stickers of Ben's face, and they just used a really funny picture of him. Like he's like an accountant or something is what it looks like. I love it. Ben is a good friend, and I had the sticker on my guitar. And then eventually it was like, he got demoted to the back of the guitar. But yeah, I don't know. There's nothing necessarily special about it other than it feels like home. And I love the neck radius and the feel of the neck. It's a little thinner. It's not really chunky. And it works for me. Like all in all, with the pickups and any upgrades, this is probably, I don't know, maybe $1,000, $1,200 guitar. But at this point, it's kind of priceless because it's been with me for a long time. I've been around the world with it. I'm not really precious about it. I check it in a soft case everywhere I go, pretty much. And yeah, I guess, you know, there's some things I could update. Like this screw is messed up, so I just gaff this on here. And I don't like strap locks because they're noisy all the time. I hate that sound. And then same with this, I just gaff this. But I don't know, it's like an Ernie ball or a Fender strap. There's nothing extravagant about it. Fairly simple, but it really works for me. There's a handful of other specs that if I was designing my own guitar that I would put on it. But I love it. It's at this point, you know, I guess kind of iconic for me, and the sound of the Strat just feels like home. So yeah, that's that. Peace.
Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Please let me know in the comments below what you're excited about. What news am I missing? There is so much going on. I want to just stay in the know, so really, really would appreciate your help. Last but not least, it is time for Patreon of the day. So I'm going to click the random number generator. 3, 2, John Weimer, you are my Patreon of the day. Thank you so much for your support. To everyone else, I'll be seeing you very soon.